Hey everyone, I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to share my TCS Digital interview experience with you all so that you get to understand how the whole process is, what rounds are there, what questions are asked, and also how to prepare for it. So let's get started. Okay, so TCS hires freshers through its NQT, that's National Qualifier Test. So I registered for it, and my test was on 27th August 2022. So it was an online test. So the format of test was like there were two sections. One was basic MCQ questions where there was like logical reasoning and verbal questions, and there was another advanced section where there were advanced quants and advanced aptitude questions and computer science fundamentals and also coding questions. So for coding questions, there were 50 minutes given and there were two coding questions. So they were like basic coding questions like is palindrome and some patterns and all that sort of stuff. So like pretty easy to medium level questions. To get into a digital profile, clearing this advanced round was important. Okay, so after this, on 10th September 2022, I received mail from TCS that I have cleared the NQT and I was selected for the digital role. And my interview was to be scheduled. So I started preparing. So I followed a simple strategy. I searched for a few interview experiences to just get to know like what type of questions are asked. Also, I attended a session by Vishal, the technology lead at TCS. So in which he clearly explained like what type of requirements were there for TCS digital role. So about TCS digital role, it was more like a domain focused role. So there were different domains given like machine learning, AI, ML, and also blockchain, IoT, and all this sort of stuff. So you had to be proficient in any one of those, and you have hands-on experience about any one of these domains. So as my project and my internship was in data science domain, so I chose the data science and I started preparing in that way. So I made some improvements in my project. My project was based on machine learning. So I revised some machine learning concepts. I revised some DBMS and all CS fundamentals and OP concepts and all those sort of stuff. I also started working on my spoken English, like my communication skills and my speaking skills. So this was all it. I prepared for like approx 1 week, and after that I received mail for my interview. My interview was scheduled at 23rd September. Okay, so about my interview experience, it was good. So there were like three panel members, one technical and one manager and one HR. So I joined the call. They greeted me. They were very humble and very nice. And so I started off with my introduction. So after my introduction completed, I mentioned everything in my introduction, like my projects and my internships and my skills, interests, and all the stuff. After all that, they got interested in my internship and my certification. So they told me to talk more about it. So in detail, I told them about my internship experience. So actually, I did a in-office internship as a data analyst. So I told them in brief everything about my internship, like what the role was and what technologies I worked on, and also like what the company was trying to achieve. After that, so this went for around 15 to 20 minutes, and after that 10 to 15 minutes were around my certification. So I completed my ServiceNow system administration certification. I mentioned that during my introduction, so they got interested in it, and they asked me questions related to it, like how did you apply for it, and like how did you pass the certification, and also like what is ServiceNow and like basic ServiceNow terminologies, and they cross questioned me related to ServiceNow. So this was around like 5 to 10 minutes. Along with this, I was also asked some basic questions based on Java and also some DBMS questions, like primary key, foreign key, and what is normalization, and stuff like that. And also I was asked basic OOPS principles and basic OOPS questions. I wasn't asked to share my screen and code, but few of my friends were asked to solve code on screen. After that, like few managerial questions were asked, like what difficulties have you faced, and like what are your long term goals. Also, I was asked that have I given any interview before, or was this my first interview. So to that I answered yes, that I had given my interview before. So they asked me like that, you got selected for another company, so why TCS? So I explained them that the role is better at TCS, and the TCS has a lot of brand value and all those stuff. And yeah, that's it. So after that, HR round. So during HR they asked me like few basic questions, that am I willing to relocate, and am I okay with night shifts and working in shifts. And yeah, that's it. After like 7 days, I received a mail from TCS and my offer letter was sent to me. And yeah, that was really happy moment for me. So that's it. What benefited me a lot for this interview was doing mock interviews. So what I did was, we just with my friends, I just simulated the whole interview process. So we just used to do a Google Meet, and then my friend would used to ask me questions, and I used to answer them. So the whole process got repeated, and I just got better. I got to know like where I need to improve, and also like my communication skills got better. So one thing I would recommend is doing mock interviews. So you should definitely do mock interviews before an actual interview. So you can just ask your friend to ask you some questions, and then just answer them, and just try to simulate the actual interview. So that would be a lot more beneficial. Yeah, so that's it. That was my interview experience with TCS Digital. I hope you get to learn something from this video. If you have any queries or any questions for me, you can just comment me down, or in general, if you want to give any feedback, if you think there can be any improvement, you can definitely comment down. That's it. Thank you.